Hello, hello, hello. Welcome. Okay, I have plans. What those plans are, we don't know. Okay, so I had a list. Here's where I'm at. This is all there's paper everywhere. I had a list of all the things I wanted to finish doing, but that list is now really scruffy because I've scribbled out half a dozen of the things because we've done them. So I'm going to redo the list as we go through. So we have a schoolhouse run. So schoolhouse run. That's one of the major things that we still haven't managed to do. I think the furthest I've got is 6. Okay, so the gift shop. I have bought most of the things now out of the gift shop. I need to get 2 more trophies to buy this stuff. So we're going to put 2 more trophies. And then buy out gift shop. So we need to look into the trophies that are doable as we are now. We need Sanctum 3, which is the mountains. We need to finish buying the books from the bookshop. Okay, then we need to, so there's so much still to do. Sanctum 4. Is the hourglass. We want to drain the aquarium. That's something else we've never managed to do. So these are now things that I've got question marks against, that I'm unsure of. So the other thing that we need to do, so the Sanctum 5, which was the heart. And then we need to find, okay, I need my other notes. Where are my other notes? Blueprints, notes, notepad, here we go. So the other things, we need to find the Sanctum key and vault. I'm assuming that is going to be a lockbox. We need to find the Sanctum key in the clock tower. I'm assuming it's the clock tower anyway. That's what the clue led me to believe. And then Sanctum key behind last door of 8. Now I don't know whether that's room 8 or whether you find it in the 7th Sanctum once you've opened that. Questions that I do not have answers to currently. Okay, so the thing I've got a question mark against here, break the wall in the safe house. So break wall in safe house, question mark. We want delete the security footage. And we have 2 pieces of information that I want to go and check out. We have an O and an A on different monitors. Oh, the crack in the wall. I was watching somebody else play and they were in the chess area and I saw that crack on the wall. So the crack on the wall is in the chess area. So if we get the powerful hammer, we can go and do that. And then I also was watching somebody else play, and I want to check the underground map because I was watching it on a TV rather than on my laptop screen. I could see something that I didn't see when I was looking, and there's a slight bit of text on there that I think might be a clue. So I want to check the underground map once more. What else do we need to do? So we have all of the clues. We have the Tanner Fork clue. So we had all of the clues from the new clue thing. So we just now need to just start. I'm going to put anagrams on this list. I don't know whether Uncle Or could be a new clue, couldn't it? A new clue. Right. Okay, so it's the names of the books, the new clue. So we just need to figure out what the anagrams for tender anagrams books. So we a new clue. So we've looked at the clues in there. So tender cipher. These on the list. Tender cipher, Luna renamed, and draft the sixes. I wonder if this means there's clues in those books. And then we have the Tanner Fork clue, which is why I want to break down that wall. Record each stop. Suspect is a key, and the law is word, and jar is name. So we have all those things still left to do. So shall we see what the drafting gods give us? We're still working on the blessings as well. So what's it called? The shrine blessings. Okay. Shrine blessings. Okay. Right, so what are we going to do? We're going to go in, we're going to see what the drafting gods provide us for today. We're on day 100. I also want to get to 100 stars. I'm not sure what that does, but I feel like it might do something. I've just drawn on my Stanley Cup. 100 stars. Okay, let's get that off. We don't want to draw on the cup. Okay, are we ready for this? Are we ready to see what the drafting gods give us today? I also need to check whether I've still got any blessings still active. Day 100. Here we go. Still feel like this is going to be a massive. I still don't think I've seen everything yet. Right, allowance we've got. Let's go and see what we've got out here today. Have I got a blessing? Okay, I've got one more day of blessing of the gardener, which I don't like all that much. Having 3 quart is fine. Oh, do we go for the schoolhouse? We could try. Right, okay, so we're starting off strong with a schoolhouse. That might give us a schoolhouse run. Oh, I was looking at my list and not where I was going. I'd say you walk off a cliff there. All the way off. Okay. So let's start the drafts. See where we get. Okay, library. Den, Let's go corridor. And bedroom. Anything in here? Okay. Okay, classroom. We can at least start with the classroom. Let's grab that apple. I really want the observatory, but also I want my gems to go for classrooms. I wish I could turn that, mind you, if we've still got 2 ways to go. I want to try and keep at least 2 options open at all times, and I want to draft as many classrooms as possible. So we've got classroom 2 and classroom 1. We know classroom 1 is about the colours, we've got that sorted. Classroom 2 is maths, which we know about as well. Let's go out to this side, see what we get. We need to find some gems. Let's go spare green room. Anything in here today? Nope. Game hates me. Library. Okay. Let's have a look at these books, actually, on this list. Realm and Rune. That could be Luna renamed. Let me try it. Realm and Rune. Realm. E-A-L-M. And Rune. Yeah. Okay, so Luna renamed his Realm and Rune. So maybe we order that book again. And then we'll see if we can get a magnifying glass to it. The gift shop. So we've got everything. Dirigiblocks is not something we can buy. And the blue tents, we need the trophies. So let me see. House history. Oh, look at these. I can't look at the. Okay, I can't look at them from here. I need to go back through the entrance hall, which is fine. So let's see what we get. Okay, going upwards. I can't get that, so it's going to have to be the billiard room. We need something. We've got 3 exits. Dormitory does give us option to get more steps in, and gives me the key card. I'm not mad. Okay, so Luna renamed is Realm and Rune. Just update my list. Realm and Rune. I don't know whether that is important at all, but we'll see. Coin. Let's do maths. 18 to the nearest 100. Minus 18 to the nearest 100 is 0, plus 1 is 1. 10 times 2 is 20. Minus 2 is 18. To the nearest 10 is 20. Minus 3 to the nearest 10 is 20. We do this twice. 6 to the nearest 10 is 10. Okay. Do we do 6 plus 6 to the nearest is 10? Okay, that way round. It confuses me about when you're supposed to do the double. what do we have? Right, the dining room gives us one option. Also gives us the lunchbox, which we're gonna need, I reckon. Need to find some gems. That's what we really need. Okay, the pantry keeps us going up. It also means we can go and draft a dead end. So should we go and do that and go and see if we can get a good dead end in the... I know it's wasting a few steps, but... Okay, the utility closet. Really, I need to start drafting up through the middle and make these dead ends on the ends, don't I? Use the edges for dead ends. Okay. Give me that good old... Okay, the nook it is. This is not good. There are not good drafts happening today. Okay, that gives me a gem. We could go and get the pick sound amplifier. That leaves me with... They're all going to leave me with only one option, so we may as well burn the dead end, retrieve this item, thank you, and then wander back out. Let's pick some locks. Okay. Get classroom 3 as soon as we can. Right, this is about freezing temperatures and... Oh look, this hall pass has been showing up a lot more. Okay, I didn't see it for the first like 100 days. And now we seem to be getting it. Right, we can take this one because this is going to take us up. The dark room is going to give us options. We have the key card, although I need to find the security. Okay, I don't have a shovel. That's fine. That's blocked off. We can only go this way. I don't know why I turned. Can't get the classroom. Chapel gives us options. And gem. Okay. If we go across, what do we get? Okay, the classroom here wouldn't be the worst thing. Right, this is the one. Which I think we've figured out. What is that? The sacred circle. The south key. Spiral of stars. The seeker of signs, a devoted circle. The three of tides. Okay. Oh, look, we're at the back of the foundation. Okay, let's try the kennel here. Say hi to the puppers. Gym there keeps us with options. We've turned it off, so it's not going to be a problem for steps. We can start to see if we can get. Oh, that's bad. That's just terrible. Okay, well, we do have the magnifying glass now. That's great. Just closed off that entire section of the house, so the workshop keeps us moving. What are we getting? Ooh, the compass. Does the compass, can we make anything? Is there anything we can make with these? No? No? Okay, can't make anything. I need security. I'm gonna have to go back through the chapel. That's not the way. That is not the way. She's just out here taking all my money. This is fine. That gives us a key. Options. You can also access dinner now. I'm just not getting good stuff. Get the torch just in case. I don't know what I'm going to use it for at this stage. Don't seem to be able to pick that lock. Okay. This is ending my run. But with shoes. So I guess the next option is to go all the way down. Is it going to be worth it? I'm not going to be able to draw that many classrooms here, am I? Or find... Right, let's call it a day. I'm kind of being a bit wasteful on these days, but I am getting to that point where there's no real point me dragging it out. Continue, please. Go again. I've got an extra star from having the morning star. Do I have anything with me? Nope. Okay, I don't have a blessing, so we can go and put the blessing in, providing we get the shrine. That is something we can do. Okay. We're not getting the shrine. Root cellar. Okay, let's do the root cellar, I guess. And hope that we come across an early... north-facing rooms going outwards. Dear me. Okay, the dining room. I really don't like having the dining room this close to the entrance, but it is what it is. Do we have... Right, the chapel can go there. So we're going to go out through the chapel here. Off the bedroom and take the spare room. Oh, thank you. You caught me on a sneeze there. Okay, and then we're gonna, oh, right, okay, so this is, where are we gonna go? I don't like any of this. Still got a few options to go outwards the other way, so working and lurking, I love that. Working and lurking is great. Okay, we're going to go I kind of want the observatory. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it because I'm gonna hope that it's gonna give me some more gems for my efforts. I think we're gonna get what we wanted. Gems. Okay. That's not a bad day. What are we on? 79 stars. That is not the worst. Okay, this is going downwards, so I can take the dead end here. Let's get all my bits. Get some of my gems up. That's what I really needed for my classroom run. And then we're going to go back out through the other side of the chapel. Ooh, the watering can. Do that. Definitely need that to happen. Need to stumble across. I do not want you. You are a problem. Let's go den. Let's go den here. Grab the extra gem. And then do I just burn a step to go through here? Oh, I didn't even go in here the first time. Let's get my lunchbox. And then we'll go this way. Okay. Technically, I can throw the dead end here now. Let's turn off. Let's leave the key. Let's turn the key card system off. For now, we don't have the key card. Okay, so up through the den. Oh, the rotunda. I really don't want either of you. This is the problem. Do I throw a star at it just to get better? Or do I just stick the rotunda in here? Do have gems, so the rotunda's not the worst thing in the world to buy. But let's get this door open here. not go down, but we still have 2 more options to come out of the rotunda. And also we can draw a dead end down the bottom. I am not doing these puzzles anymore. I'm so over them. Like I open the black box every time and just walk away. Okay. I really wanted to see a dead end here, but it is what it is. The billiard room is one we could get some keys. Do you know, I liked them in the beginning, genuinely, I really did, but now I'm at that point in the game where I'm just following random threads and I don't know what I'm actually trying to do. I feel like it just slows down the whole day and I'm like, I don't want to do them anymore. I don't mind doing the maths one because that's fairly quick, but the other ones I just can't be doing with them. It was good in the beginning, and I think after 100 days just done with them. So this is 13, half of 12, 6, 2 lots of 5 is 10, so are we 15ing? There we go. See, maths is easy. We don't mind the maths. Well, let's spin the rotunda. See where we get. Out to this side, so we could do with something that goes across. This Great Hall is plaguing me today. I do not have enough keys for this. The commissary gets us up and it's only 1 gem. Plus we have the chance that we might be able to go and buy a shovel from in here. So let's, yes, look at that. I see you, shovel. I see you. Okay, so we want the gems. Let's keep them coming. We may as well get the keys. I mean, they're so expensive, the keys, but I want them. I want them so much. Right, and then we'll get the salt shaker. Now we're poor, but that's fine. The one stream I watch is at the point of square roots on the dartboard. Oh no. that's going to be when I break out the calculator. Square roots is hard. Take wordy puzzles over that for sure. Once I get to that point, I'm going to be scrapping that as well. I'm just going to be calculator time and I'm not going to do it. I'm all for using my brain, but there's a limit. There's definitely a limit. Okay, key. I'm not mad about that. Right, let's go this way and see what we get at the passageway. It's a little early, but it does give us lots of options. Okay. Right, security. The office turns us around. The furnace is useless to me here. Let's go office. Spread some coins. Spread some coins and do. Right, okay. I turned the security off, didn't I? So let's spread some gold. Return, log into the network, and oh, that's not a word. That is not a word. Okay, let's turn off the, oh, what's it called? Security system, the key card system, that's the one. So we can knock that up to high, knock that onto unlocked, and just walk away. I do want to get the security room though, because there's something in there I want to see. I want to see about this deleting the security footage malarkey. There's something there, and I want to like stare at it until I figure it out, or at least until I've got some clue as to where to go. Okay, let's go down. Can we get down and around the nook? Not bad, not bad. Okay, let's grab my extra keys. We're doing well on keys and gems. Okay, so we can either take... We can take the courtyard here. The closet seems like a waste, seeing as it's not next to a... But we can also get... Oh, I didn't use my watering can. But I'm not mad to see the metal detector. Okay, up we go. Corridor, that's useful. That is useful. We're back up to 3 options. I see it. Okay. Drawing room does give us our gem back. Takes us up more options, which I like. I don't actually know, what am I doing today? Like, what is the point of this run? Apart from wandering around. I need to find some stuff, is what I need. I could do with the library. If the library shows up, what have I got? Magnifying glass. Yeah, I could do with the library here. Okay, this was 1504. Bingo. Okay, do we go across or let's keep going across? Oh, the pool. I do need to do right. If we could get the pool and get the aquarium and the boiler room and the pump, we could go for that. The pool here is not the worst thing I could have seen, so let's go. I still need to drain this pool. Like, once I've done all the other stuff, I'm going to drain this permanently and get to those boxes, I think. Okay, so we're in the foundation now. Let's do my little dig spots first. Broken lever. I need the workshop. Stat. Salt and turnip. Okay. So this should open now because we've turned everything off, I believe. I think we did all of the right things. Excellent. Okay, so we've got the lab. God, that great hall really is plaguing me today. Maybe if we put the great hall in and try and build around it. We have got the passageway, we have got the drawing room, we can still go in and out through the foundation. So if we put that there and ignore it, and it can stop harassing me then. Okay, we've got to use a key. Did I not access that throne room? I thought I'd done that. Right, the pump room there is a no. I guess we could have a look in the throne room again. I still don't know what I'm meant to do in here. But we can do this, which is nice. This is something I'm going to put this on the list because the throne room is something I need to figure out. Maybe I need to go back into room 46 and really have a look at what it actually says in there, because I think I might have skipped a couple of really important clues. Okay, so throne room. I'm going to go to room 46. I think there's stuff in there that I'm meant to have paid attention to that I didn't. So we can try. We can only try. Okay, let's go up through the throne room. Use a key, that's fine. We have a few. The West Wing Hall there is great because that gives me really good access. Nothing of interest. Okay. Gives me access to this and kind of tells me, is that still locked? Okay, so I can't get in there unless I use a key, which is fine, I suppose. Annoying, but fine. Okay. Oh, the workshop though. Do we want to get the workshop? I feel like I want to get the workshop. What's in here? The battery pack. Cool. So is there anything in here now that I can build that I've never seen? Shovel, battery pack, plus broken lever gives me a jackhammer. Have I ever built the jackhammer? Okay, what else can we build with this battery pack, broken lever? Okay. Do these do anything else? Okay, let's build it. More effective than the shovel. Digs deeper, finds better items. Cool. Okay. There's something I want to go and have a look at, I think. Because I'm just looking at this list. The lab, the kitchen. Let's pop the kitchen there. Let's go buy, I don't really have a lot of money, but can we buy a couple of extra steps maybe? Banana, a couple of bananas. Okay, that gets us up to 60 steps. I want to go see about, I haven't got the security room, I'm just looking at my list. The boiler, I'm going to come back up through the passageway I think. But first, I'm going to go and have a look at the underground map. So I'm going to come back down through the foundation. I don't have to go all the way out to do this. Oh, didn't even see that. A rusty old nail. Cool. Okay, through the throne room and into the foundation. We can go down through here. I have the magnifying glass. I nearly had a panic attack then. I was like, no. Okay, so I would like to see if I can get right, not that one. That one. Okay. I want to see this map. properly. Right. So, yeah, see, I can see it now, and I didn't see it the first time because I was watching somebody else play this on my TV, and because it was so big, I could really see this buried floor plan. So number 10, right, so we've got 1, 2, 9, so we've got to find, right, let's start catacombs, 7. They didn't see it, but and I think probably the same reason I didn't see it the first time, because it's so faint that it's kind of that thing of, I didn't see it until I saw it on my TV, and then it was really obvious, but I didn't have, I didn't have the magnifying glass, I don't think, the first time. Well, that's really picking obvious then. Right, okay, so where is that? The basement? Buried floor plan in the basement. Okay, let's go and have a look around. So I'm assuming it's around the back. Like here-ish? Lost and found. 2 rare items. Whenever you enter this room, you will lose 1 random inventory item, but get 2 rare items. Interesting. Yes, I want to add that to my draft pool. Okay. So is that the one that I'm missing? Interesting. I wonder if we can draft it. Will that get me a trophy for having all the rooms? And then I just need to figure out which other trophy I'm going to do. Okay, so check underground map. I can cross that off. That has been done. Scribble. Just got still a million things to do. Okay, and I just need to draft the lost and found somewhere. Okay, so if we go down through the pool, the drawing room, corridor, courtyard. Excuse you, get on the ramp. Okay, drawing room, corridor, courtyard nook. Get me a gem. Office. Okay, so this run wasn't a waste. It's going up, so this one's going across. So let's go across a little. The pump room, I don't really want to see that here. I hate the vestibule, I'm not going to lie. It's the worst room. The cloister. The cloister's fine here, I guess. I could do with some more gems though, please, game. Okay, let's go dig. Can I get in? Dig. Thank you for the gems. That was very handy. More gems. I like this room. Oh, ivory dice. I like this contraption. Well, that's just replenished all of my gems. Why are we beeping? I can never see what it is in the, unless it's around the outside. And the grass is hard. Oh, here it is, a key. Oh, this room was well worth it. Okay. Oh, the vault here would be great. patio also would be great. Do I have anything to do? I think I've got a sanctum key in the vault, but I think I need to find a vault key for it first, which I don't know. They seem to be really sporadic and random, so I don't know how to get the vault keys other than to just keep grinding until I get it. The pantry will kill me off. The patio, actually. Patio's not the worst. I wanted to also have a look at this. Buried. Yeah, buried bridge besides. I was right about that. Buried below. Okay, let's dig. Oh, look at this. So many rerolls. A rock. Excellent. That's what you always want. Ordinary gem. Okay. Why did I just do that? I didn't even mean to do that. Somehow I managed to press buttons without realising I was pressing them. It's a good job we've got more options through here, because that was a bit silly. That was. I don't want to lose half my steps. This is really going to close us off. I want something that goes north, but I don't want... Oh, look at this. Oh, so tempted to throw the boiler room here and hope, beyond hope, we get something that goes north. Should we do it? I'm going to do it. Right, let's turn the boiler room on. Let's go. And then I just need the aquarium to show up. Okay, which room? I need it to go this way. Okay. Come on, pump room. Right, well, you all suck, for starters. You suck. That's not fair. Right, let's take the archives. Just because I know that we have power now running through. Anything on this desk? What are we getting? The weight room. Oh, okay, that is a powered. If this is a dead end. Watch it be the furnace. It's only the pump room. Okay. Okay. This is exactly what I wanted to see. Right. I want to drain the aquarium. The only way I'm going to do that is if we start refilling. Unless... How much space have we got? Okay, that's not full. So if we go... Right, where does the aquarium go? Pipe 3 to there. Into there. Okay, so if I just go aquarium and we drain it, and then we fill tank 1 drain. Drain the rest of the aquarium, Now we just got to draft it somewhere. But it did block me in. Okay, where can I go? I can go out the Great Hall. I do have keys. It's not the worst thing to ever have happened. Okay. We're gonna have to go passageway, office, which I think is not that way. That's going in the total opposite direction. The only plus side to this is that we seem to keep the effects of the pump room. So whenever I draft the aquarium going forward, I can't remember whether the aquarium costs gems anymore. Let's get this here to give us some options. Okay. I do hate this room. Okay, I don't know what that is, so let's get that. Right, that is the solarium. Fine. Not what I wanted to see, but okay. Maybe we should start throwing some of these rerolls. Oh, the clock tower. I also want to have a look in here. Okay, I'm going to get it. I want to have a good look around. Now I've got this. I think there's something in this room that I haven't paid enough attention to. Gem, nice. Still don't know what that's about. Is there anything on the floor? There has to be something more in this room. I refuse to believe that this is it. Just refuse. Does seem as if it is though. Okay, let's go down. I just don't believe that there's nothing else in there apart from that note. I don't believe it. Okay, let's go back in here. So the doors on this side we should be able to unlock. Okay. Not that this particularly helps me. Unless we can magically get up over there and hop into room 46. I mean, it would be tight if we could. Okay, now this door should be open now. I'm really trying to get. Okay. What am I not seeing? Where is it? Okay, not that way. Oh, I see it. It's there. It's right there. It's right there. Okay. I just need to double check. If the aquarium costs gems. Costs 1 gem. So there's a chance that this could be it. It is not it. And that's just killed the run. Okay. Well, what I need to happen then is I need the aquarium to run fairly early in the next one. That was my last. Yeah, see, never take a punt. Okay. Is there anything else I can do before this run ends? What do we got? I don't have any more clues for the Sanctum keys. I don't have any more clues for the sigils. I did drain the aquarium, but I don't know what that means yet. I don't have a good hammer. Have I got the security room? I don't think I've drawn the security room at all, have I? I have not. Nor do I have the library. Okay. Right, we're going to call it. We're going to see if we can get another shrine day. Called it. Oh, I need to look at as well. Need to look at the trophies. I need to get 2 more trophies so I can buy the blue tents. So much to do, so little luck is happening. Well, that being said, we have done the map. We found that last blueprint. We did drain the aquarium, I believe. I'm hoping that does. Oh look, a key. I'm hoping that does kind of stay as part of the permanent changes that you make. It would be great if I could draft it and it was just empty. Okay, to shrine. Let's get the shrine. Okay, so going on the basis of going on the basis of right, where am I? Where are my notes? Okay. 5 coins was the blessing of the gardener, so we want to skip 6 coins because I'm assuming so far the pattern has been every other coin has a different blessing. So what would 7 coins get me? So let's try 7 coins. Confirm. What do we get? The blessing of the chef. For each different type of spread that you do each day, add an extra dish to the dining room. What do you mean by spread? For each different type of spread. What does that mean? Okay, so the blessing of the chef. These all seem to be 3 days. Okay, 3 days. And then this gives us extra dishes in dining room. but I don't know what spread means for each different type of spread. Okay, well, notes are updated. We've got 3 days of the blessing of the chef to play with, so that's, I don't think we're going to have to worry about steps for a couple of days. Okay. Let's see what we can get. Get the storeroom this end. Okay. Drawing room gives me back my gem, so let's go in there. Keep it moving. Okay. So we can get something that curves the other way. Okay, no. So we're going to go security, because I'm going to have a look at these security things. Right, so I've got 2 pictures. This one says O, and this one says A. So the office has an O. Is that the archives? So is it? That says Swan. Okay. So here we go. Here we go. Piece of paper. So we have the spare room, which is an S. The wardrobe, which is a W. The archives is an A. Nook is an N. That is, what is that? That is the storeroom. That is the storeroom. That's the storeroom. The office. This is Swan Song. The nursery. The nursery. The gallery. Interesting. Have we been able to see the gallery the whole time? The hallway. The security. And the showroom. What does that mean? Swan Song HSS. Should we try it in the machine? Is this a different password? Am I going to get something different? Swan Song HSS. Oh. What is HSS? What does it do? Am I about to uncover a bunch more home security surveillance? Security footage from 1987. What is this? So we're in the library. Who is Slenderman standing in the background? Be careful, kid, Slenderman. Okay. I don't know what this means. What? Oh, I see someone. Slenderman again. Is he carrying an urn? Which angle am I looking at? Oh boy. Okay, so that's clearly a clue about the vases in that room. So maybe that was meant to be, there's a book over in that. Okay, so like I'm going to check a book in the library. Right, okay, so security footage videos, let's go. One was the library checkbooks. 2 we don't need because it was the vases, and we've already discovered what's in the vases. So let's go security and see what this one has to tell me. Hello? What do you want to show me? The flip is that? I'm taking a photo real quick. Don't go. Don't go. Okay. What does that mean? Is that that's the train line, isn't it? That is the train line. I'm sure that's the path. I think that's the train line. Okay. So the security was about the train line. I'm sure that's what that path is. Train line? Question mark. Okay. Back. Let's try the next year. Footage not found. Okay, so we've deleted 88 and 89 and 90. What about 90? No, 91. So somebody already got here and deleted a bunch of stuff. Oh, are the rumpus rooms? Oh, are they the? Oh. Okay, so we've got the part. Let's try the parlour. See what we get here. This is wild. Oh. What's happening? So this is the introduction. But without the, oh no, with the words. Interesting. So let's try the grotto. Oh, this was the right. Okay. So the grotto video. So we can re-watch the videos. Oh, and this was this cloak castle court thing, which I have got written down. I do have it written down. Hey Douglas Harry, how are you? Thank you for the follow. I think this might just be all the videos that we've seen. So the Rumpus Room videos. Just give me a second here. And hang on. Okay, so security. Okay, this was the security. Right, this is fine. This was the security thing. And in the Rumpus Room, I'm going to assume these are...
And as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of the dropping coin.
Yes.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara. And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
I'd totally forgotten about half of these prophecies.
I nothing more to say.
At least we know we can come and rewatch them whenever. So I'm not going to rewatch them all now. But that was 1993. Okay, so we only have 1987 and 1993. Awesome. Well, that was something. Do I need the boiler room for anything right now? Let's get the boudoir here. Let's get the bits out of it. And we go. I mean, getting the armory here. Okay, the axe. I would like to axe the throne room. They're in the found. Not the treasure trove. Throne. Done. Okay. Perfect. Okay, that's that done. So can I cross that off my list? Yes. Axed, throne room, done. Delete. I don't think I can delete the security footage, but I think I can take it off my list. Okay. So we really need to make some good stuff. Right. We need to go through. Okay, the dining room. Let's grab this. The chapel. Let's go down. Let's get the parlor. I don't mind it when it's an easy one like this. Let's get the den. pantry there's not the worst thing either. Let's get the keys. Make sure I'm not missing anything. I needed that key. Interesting. I really would like not to have to do that, but we are where we are. Why is it all? Oh, there's a key on there. I would like some more options. I did not get them. Let's get the walk-in closet. Where's the other? Oh, it's the salt shaker. It's right there. Okay. Kind of wasn't worth it. Aquarium is drained, but what does it mean? Patio, boudoir, oh look, this doesn't give me anything I couldn't see before. Oh, it does. Wait, what? Wait. So, right, I need to dig in front of the barbecue. Dig, question mark, in front of barbecue in, that's the patio, isn't it? In patio, okay. Boudoir, what am I looking for in here? Am I meant to smash the vases? I'm not seeing it. Wait, there's an X in front of, right, okay. I'm sure I'm not missing an X or an arrow. Is it just in an obscure place? I'm really not seeing that one. So there's a boudoir something. Question mark. The laundry. I'm assuming that's a dig in front of the third small. Dig in front of center small machine. Okay. So then this one, the bottom drawer. So archives. Bottom drawer. And then what are you? This is the bedroom. Maybe I just go in there and look for dig spots. Maybe I'm going to need the upgraded machine. No, just not looking in the right place. Look this way. These two I don't understand then. The boudoir and the bedroom. Okay. Interesting. See it. Okay. What do I have? I do have the boudoir and I do have the bedroom. So maybe we should go and have a look in those spaces. The walk-in closet is gonna, I do have a shovel as well now. Because I can't see what it's meant to be. But it doesn't mean that there's nothing there. Okay. So it's showing us this. So we were meant to look around on the floor. I wonder if I need an upgraded. What about the boudoir? Am I meant to smash something? Let's check out the boudoir. How do I get there? I've got to go down to the den, all the way across. I mean, this better be worth it. Oh, Jen. I didn't see you the first time. Maybe it wasn't the boudoir. What other room could it be? There's one like the boudoir. Maybe try one of the hallways. It's got these things in. Am I meant to smash these? I have a morning star, so there's no reason I shouldn't be able to smash them. Unless I do need to get the upgraded stuff. I mean, it could very well be that. I don't know, man. What else do I have that I can go in? What rooms were they? The boudoir, maybe? The patio. Archives. I'm sure that was the bedroom. I don't understand. And then the laundry. We could try and draft one of those, I guess. This is so annoying. This has to have something here. Can I get up this side? No? How about these books? The drawers. You. Maybe that's a hallway. But still. Okay, so I see the laundry room one. I see that. Is there anything else in there that I should have noticed? I don't see this, which is definitely the bedroom. Try opening some doors. See what we get. Let's get a passageway. Gives me some options out of here. Key card does not appear to be powered on. Did I not miss? For God's sake. Okay. Let's go and have a look in the archives. This may or may not ruin the run, but we're looking for a bottom drawer. Where's that key? Is there another one anywhere? I am stumped right now. This one. Smashing? Anything? Interesting. Let's have a look at the patio. Dig. A long buried file cabinet key. Okay. So let's go back to let's just dig in these spots first. Let's go back to the archives. Certificate of birth. Mary Matthew Espin was born to Lady Clara Espin and Simon H. Sinclair at 4:05 a.m. on Tuesday. Does this mean anything? Let's take a photo. We have the birth record of our mother. Interesting. So I want to go and use. Should we see if we can draft a computer out of one of these? They look more like how many steps have I got? 16. This is not looking good, is it? Where's the nearest computer? Down in security. I'm dining room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so we go aquarium, foundation, throne room. I wonder what that room is. I could have sworn it was the boudoir. And this room, there's got to be something in here. Oh look, 2 dinners. Steaks, not bad. What's this? Sloppy Jim. Water spread. I don't know what the spread means. Where was I going? Security to use the. I want to go drawing room. I want to use the upgrade disc. Oh no. Let me out. Let's turn the keycard system off actually. Set level high. Offline mode unlocked. Exit E. Insert this disc. The billiard room. Okay. The Speakeasy Basic Edition. Call it a day in the break room tomorrow. We'll begin with the day with the staff key card. Pool hall and great hall, foyer and secret passage to today's draft pool. Well, we already get those. We could get the break room. Starting the day with this key card, or we could just get. Let's get the break room. Has that upgraded it for today? Do we even have it? I don't think we do we? Okay. So let's go back through. Load of steps. We do have keys. It seems like this is annoying me. And then let's go this way. This way. Right, that's the passageway. If we go down from the passageway, was this was a key card. So we can get in here. Okay, the planetarium. Sure. Then we can go. Let's go up from the aquarium. A gem. I want to play in the workshop. What have we got? Sledgehammer. Okay, that might make a difference. We need the battery pack, don't we, to do anything sensible. that again. It's the only thing we can really make. More gems. We could get the gem out of here. What was it? 8th of December. What is in here? Maybe we could try the bedroom again. With a better shovel. Sledgehammer? Okay, so we dug in front of the barbecue. That's been done. So I can... And we opened the archives, so that's been done. I've still got a question against the boudoir, the laundry, what am I looking for now? Have I run out of, I haven't run out of spaces, but I am going to run out of steps. So let's go down to the drawing room. There's no more food in here. Come out of here. See if there's anything we can smash in here. Let's have a look in between these. I wonder if it's the entrance hall and we were just meant to... It's another reason. Another clue to this. But then what's the bedroom clue? We could do the trophy of wealth if we smash the piggy bank. Should I run in and out of the chapel and collect all my coins till I got no more steps? Okay. 4 days blessing of the chef, despite not knowing what that means. So let's go and see what we get outside. I'm going to do one more day, I think. At least one more day before I take a break, at least. What time is it? Okay, let's go for another schoolhouse run. See what we end up with. The library is a little pointless. Until I get the magnifying glass. Only one statement is true. A box next to this box is true. A box next to this box contains gems. Did it? Okay, let's start by getting a classroom. And the chapel. Let's go back out, start drafting out the bottom. Let's get the library. Right, I'm gonna have to take a break because I think the dog might be hungry, so give me a second. Okay, hi, I am back. Our dog is in bed. So let's go and have a proper look at this. I'm wondering if there's anything in here I was meant to see other than the fact that I'm really doesn't look like it, does it? This might have been a notes. I know about these. Okay, I don't think there's anything in there. Maybe it's just the books we're meant to buy. The Curse of Black Bridge, we can buy that one. I wonder if that's one of the... Where are my anagrams? No, that can't be one. Interesting. But at least we've got another book on the way. We've got one more book to buy. Storeroom down there. Do I have magnifying glass and a lunchbox? Okay, I don't want to get the classrooms too quickly. Spare green room. It does get me over to the other side. I am kind of... I was blocked off anyway. Yeah, the classroom's really my only option there. Okay, we can redraw to get some better options. We can take the den, get another gem. What we really need, I mean, we could take the classroom here. Grade 4. We could take the dead end. We could get some... Get the veranda. Or the tunnel. Let's get the tunnel, that'll take us down. I don't know why I feel the need to to fill space out. This game's got me going crazy. Okay, classroom. This will be, we're on grade 5, so we're doing alright. We're on grade 5 and we've got the den. To go this way. Okay. Let's use the nook to get keys. This is one we need to pay attention in because we've got the notes for this. The ruler of Fenares, historical figure, the realms, and the flags. We found the answers to these, I'm sure we did. Oops, sorry. Bashing the microphone with my cup. This is as far as we've got, I'm sure. So we need options. The dark room will give us a couple of options, but also be a pain in the butt. The conference room also gives options. We get that. Really wanted to stop using up all my keys though. The pantry gets us around. Okay, let's go. Okay, we have to get the breaker box there. No matter what we do, it ends a run. Unless, can't get the comment, no, there's nothing I can do. Absolutely nothing. The only other option is to go out and come up through the foundation. Which I guess we could do. Even if it only gets me to see one more. How long have I got these bloody blessing from the chefs for? We did buy a book. All is not lost. Does that place stayed up? I mean, I can't remember where it was now. It was around here, wasn't it? I suppose I can't see it without a shovel. Oh, I can't come up through the foundation. I don't have the key card. We're gonna have to end the day. I was being particularly clever then, but I can't do it. I need the key card to call it down, which we do not have. Okay, we're gonna have to call it. I do not like these schoolhouse runs. They are particularly difficult. I need to have a day where I like end in the freezer with loads of gems and then draw the schoolhouse. That's what I seem to need. And took ages. Okay. Let's go again. I still haven't drawn the lost and found either. One more day of blessing of the chef. Okay. Then maybe we can try something else. See how quick today ends up being. What have we got? Tool shed it is. Okay, we're starting the day with the metal detector and watering can. Perfect. Don't know why we need that, but okay. And off we go. Anything in here? Car keys? Let's get the food. are we gonna go? We could order that book in the library. Get a coupon book. While we're at it. Okay, what did we get? Curse of Blackbridge. We want that. And we want that. Are you kidding me with this? Let's go spend some money. I mean, it's mostly pointless. Spend some more money. Right, call it, and hopefully we'll get the shrine. We can try the other thing with that. I don't feel like that particular blessing did me any good. Okay, we don't have right. Where are notes? So we've done 7 coins. So I'm assuming 8 coins gives the same. So we're going to try 9 coins this time. Okay. 9 coins, let's go. Confirm. Blessing of the General. After you draft a red room, if you have at least 5 different ranks containing red rooms, gain 5. Okay. Interesting. So, Blessing of the General. Oh, that's not typing. Blessing of the General. 3 days. Red rooms give gems. Okay. So we have 3 days of Blessing of the General. Let's go and see what today will bring. So if we can get the library and read that book. Room gives options. I don't have anything today. Do you get the shovel? Do we want to come back down for a bit? Roll the library. Let's go read the book. Magnifying glass. Don't mind if I do. Okay, reading time. The Curse of Blackbridge. Forward. Okay, the legend of Blackbridge is one that's well known to the people of the Grand Realm. The versions of this tale have been passed down from generation to generation. With each new telling, the story has changed, becoming over the years more colourful, more verbose, and, as one might expect, increasingly horrifying. However, with so many renditions and unique personal touches, the task of confining and binding this tale to text seemed an ambitious and impossible challenge. Over the course of my research, I have heard dozens of variations of the legend, and while the details would often change, I was surprised how much of the story's heart remained the same. Yet, the more I listened, the clearer it became that there could never be a definitive version of this tale capable of capturing all the wonder and myth of Blackbridge. In the end, I chose to write down what felt most authentic, the story my grandmother told me as a boy long ago. Part 1. The Berry Picker from Oris. Boy. There best be something in this. How many pages is it? Part 1, Part 2. This is a story and a half. Many years ago, before peace had become a familiar word, there lived a group of rogues so wayward that the locals deemed it appropriate to call their number the Unholy Hounds. They were feral outlaws, composed of society's worst, in a time when society was at its worst, and for each crime that fearful travellers credited to the group, a dozen more lay unclaimed, each worse than the last. For the gentry, however, who often value their coffers more than their companions, no crime could measure more wicked than the group's primary enterprise, high-road robbery. One such member of this so-called band of rogues was a boy of 13 years, Jesper, who had not been lucky in life, having lost 2 brothers to war and parents to famine. In the years of hunger that followed, Jesper lived in a gutter behind a churchyard, relying on the nourishment of scurrying bugs and weeds harvested from the cracks of the alleyway to sustain his pitiful existence. Archie, no! It is not surprising that a child aiming to escape such hardships would take any easy road out. An easy and well-travelled road paved with temptations, leading out of the city and into the gentrylands, where loose purse strings entwine with the strands of salvation and glisten equally with the hope of opportunity. It was this road that eventually led Jesper to the end of his youth, a hidden cave at the bottom of Blackbridge Canyon. It was here that he met his surrogate family and saviours, that notorious gang of godless outlaws known as the Unholy Hounds. Despite the hardened circumstances that had led him to his vocation of banditry, Jesper was surprisingly tender-hearted and was often teased by the group for being too kind for such an ignoble life. For this reason, Jesper was assigned the innocent role of berry picker. It was not just innocence that set berry picking apart from the gang's more wicked undertakings, for it was the only duty performed without the safety of the night's concealment. Jesper, no stranger to solitude, did not protest that he worked alone while the others slept soundly, tucked away in the cave at the bottom of Blackbridge Canyon. One such occasion, Jesper decided to get an early start. He left the cave, berry basket in hand, and set out into the woods before the morning sun had even brushed against the tallest treetops. It was colder in the mornings, but the headway dawn afforded The headway dawn afforded meant Jesper could reach the furthermost berry patches without worry of being chastised for tarrying upon his return. It took over 3 hours on foot to reach his destination. Along the way, Jesper had passed by many a familiar bush, all priorly pillaged and so bereft of berries that one would have to dedicate several moments in earnest examination before finding a single one. Jesper was patient, but even patience has its limits. He was confident that even accounting for the time lost to this long stretch of travel, his efforts would be well worth the pains. Surveying the patches in this new grove surprised even Jesper. The red dots suspended among the leaves seemed as numerous as the stars in the skies. Upon seeing such a bounteous sight, he clutched his berry basket tightly and nearly toppled over out of joy. Once he had regained his senses, Jesper quickly made a decision. He would not reveal the location of this newfound treasure. Instead, he would earn the respect of his confederates who, upon seeing his yield, might attribute the success to hard work. Smiling at his plan, Jesper set off to fill his basket and was making steady strides in this task when the sound of thundering hooves interrupted him. A carriage is approaching. The thought of it made Jesper freeze. He had been so enchanted by his discovery that he had neglected to observe his surroundings. Had he? How could a roadway be so close? He ducked down and crept towards the impending sound, hiding behind one of the larger bushes nearby. It was only a moment before the sound's source revealed itself. Within 50 paces of where Jesper hid, an elegant carriage with gold trim came soaring around a corner of trees, led by 2 beautiful white horses and conveyed by a stern-looking driver seated atop the vehicle, flaunting the most sophisticated regalia Jesper had ever seen. It was not just any carriage, it was a royal carriage. Even without ever having witnessed such a sight before, Jesper was certain. The sight had so transfixed Jesper that he stood awestruck, unable to tear away as the carriage approached. The little concealment the bush provided was soon proven unequal to the driver's lofty perch, and upon spotting the boy, he pulled the reins with such effect that the noble steed slid to a sudden halt with precise control. "You, boy, get out from behind that bush," he shouted with a rigidity that betrayed a modest amount of fear. "You startled me half to death, coming round the bend of my own drive, and me seeing such an unfamiliar face in a place where there ought not to be any face." Jesper quickly contemplated running. The man was much older, and his dress was suitable for courtly behaviour, not dashing through bramble and mud. I was picking berries." Jesper raised the half-filled basket up to allow the driver to see proof of his words. The demeanour of the man suddenly changed. It was a change that Jesper was familiar with. He had many times seen the same stern expressions on the most fiendish bandits melt away when presented with a berry basket. Any suspicions that the driver might have had instantly evaporated. For even the notion of a member of the unholy hounds picking berries seemed farcical. The softened expression made allowances for a smile. "Berries, eh? Say you couldn't have picked a better spot for them, could you? I used to pick berries here as a boy." Jesper took his cue to finally step forward out from behind the bush, proudly brandishing his basket. "I know, and what luck I found them. I have only just begun picking, and look how many I have. It would have taken me fourfold the time back home to procure this number." The driver bent down for a closer look. "And where is your home, boy? It must be quite far." Jesper replied with a scripted response. "A little south of Tannerfork, just past the burnt woods." "My God, that is far. You couldn't have come all that way only this morning." It was true. Tannerfork was in the exact opposite direction that Jesper had travelled, and while that response would seem perfectly reasonable in a location closer to Blackbridge Canyon, he could see why it might seem less believable here. "Sir, I have travelled much farther for much less profit. I dare say there is no distance yet made by man that would not be worth undertaking for a price such as these. Surely you have tasted them for yourself." Jesper felt happier with his response, as it seemed to amplify the man's smile. In my youth, often, but perhaps I took it for granted because I never had to travel very far. And even then, my father would always drive us here in our carriage, so I'm ashamed I never had to walk such a stretch to earn an equal reward. It was Jesper's time to smile. Then let my efforts reward us both today. He raised the basket even higher. A taste in memory of your youth, sir. The driver chuckled and removed one glove, bending over the seat to reach down to the basket. And at the moment his fingers touched the first berry, the dagger in turn met his throat, cutting through a superficial layer of skin and drawing blood. Jesper caught the man's startled eyes. And for that taste, I will have your purse, sir, in memory of my youth. The driver's arm had gone stiff, his chin raised and trembling, more frightened than he had ever been before. Whether unable or incapable of speaking, he did not respond to the boy. Perhaps he did not think his jaw could afford to be engaged at this particular time. Jesper let the basket drop, freeing his other hand to probe the man's pocket. Do not mistake me, sir. I will not kill you if you give me no cause. Though I will admit the thought of taking your carriage and leaving you the indignity of walking appeals to me. Unable to find a purse in the man's coat, Jesper pivoted to search the seat under him. Why have you no purse upon your person? The driver slowly raised his hand cautiously, pointing towards the carriage door behind him. Jesper lowered the knife's edge to a small degree to allow the man to speak, which he did in turn softly. There's a lockbox in the carriage. I'll come down then and grant me the courtesy of sparing your life and binding your hands, a concession I assure you of my tender heart, for it would be much easier to slit your throat. The man started to comply, slowly lowering himself from the driver's seat of the carriage. Once down, Jesper guided him away from the carriage to a nearby tree where he instructed him to get on his knees and put his hands behind his back. Excusing his inexperience, the man indulged Jesper while he figured out how to adequately bind him. The smile and kindness Jesper had seen on this man's face, now nothing more than a distant memory. In their place, cold, dark eyes displaying no emotion. I wonder, should I grant you the same clemency you are showing me? Jesper stopped, surprised by the question, but ignored it, secured the final bindings, and then hastily returned to the carriage. With one hand on the door's handle, he turned back to the man. If there's no lockbox, there will be no clemency. Inside, the carriage was surprisingly dusty and unswept, a stark contrast to the elegant and polished golden facade of the exterior. It had apparently been many years since a passenger had enjoyed passage in this vehicle. This all but confirmed what Jesper had suspected. The driver of this carriage was not a liveried servant in the employ of some greater master. Any curiosity that this observation might have further produced was quickly abandoned upon seeing what rested under the carriage's back seat, a large wooden lockbox. Despite its hefty appearance, the box was surprisingly easy to handle. Within a few minutes, Jesper had dislodged it from its hold and carried it out to the sunlight. Inspecting the box carefully, 2 observations were made. Totemic symbols found carved on all 4 sides of the box hinted that this box was very old and likely not created by Arindian hands. It reminded him of artifacts from the old world and was presumably crafted in one of the ancient realms. Secondly, the box was secured by a rusted yet robust padlock and would not open easily without a key. That looks like the curse box in the shrine. Jesper looked over to see the driver quietly observing from his indentured position. Do you perhaps have a key you can provide me to open this box? Without emotion, the driver replied, There is no key to that box. Jesper stood up. Easy enough then. He headed over to a nearby rock of sizable dimensions and lifted the stone up, carrying it back to the box. If there was ever a time when that lock had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. With one hit, the stone had completely shattered the rusted lock. He bent back down and opened the lid. Inside was an effigy, a crude figure chiseled from stone. Without too much deliberation, Jesper bent down and picked it up, somewhat surprised how heavy it seemed given how light the box had felt. Having expected to find something more akin to gold or gems, he looked questioningly to the man, hoping to find an explanation. The driver's smile had once again returned. "You are cursed, boy, for deadly is the stone. You have opened that which you should never have opened, and you are cursed." Jesper carried the effigy over to the man and shoved it in front of his face. "What is it?" "That's one." Feeling his disappointment rising to anger now, Jesper tightened his grip on the effigy. "One what? You mumbling a Gentor? Is that some language we don't know? And in God's name, why have you no purse upon your person?" The man did not seem intimidated. "One pace." He paused for effect. 12 more, and you will be dead." He only had a second to flinch before the effigy struck him in the head and put an end to his cryptic ramblings. If there was ever a time when the old man had been resistant to brute force, it wasn't recent. Jesper looked down at the sculptured stone figure, now splattered red. Was it cursed? Was he cursed? He had of course heard stories of curses and had never doubted their validity in the past, but now that he was standing face to face with the possibility of being cursed, his mind pleaded with him to be sceptical. And if he was cursed, what difference would this knowledge make? A dozen more paces would not be enough to find another living soul, to say nothing of the chances of procuring a remedy. If he did not move from where he now stood, he could live maybe another 3 or 4 days, maybe more given the abundance of nearby berries. A plan that, if we ignore its obvious faults, might provide additional opportunities for help to come along. But what good would that do? To be discovered here beside a body, stolen goods in hand, bloated from berries, and raving about a curse that could very well not be real. No, it would most certainly be better to face one's fate now, take a dozen paces, and see if life goes on. But Jesper found his legs unable to make that first step. His mind was unable to convince his limb to waste away 1/12 of his life in a single motion. Feeling the desperation sink in, he hopelessly looked about him for a solution. And if, by some stroke of luck, the gods had heard his plea, a miracle materialized before him, as if he found himself suddenly at the end of a fairy tale. 2 white horses and a carriage of golden trim were beside him, the answer to his immediate prayers. He laughed at his fortune and calculated the number of paces back to the road. 4, perhaps only 3 if he jumped. He made a quick survey to see if there was anything he wished to grab before taking the plunge. He thought about removing the driver's fancy coat, as that appeared to be of some value, but the additional risk of undertaking such a task was too great. A chance. And so, after a profound breath, he took his second, third, and fourth steps, though they were quite large. Seated now behind the horses, he reached for the reins, and suddenly realized he was still gripping the effigy. If the curse was real, then it would most certainly be better left here. If, on the other hand, the story was fictitious, there might be some appraisal that could be made of the figure. It was, after all, found within a lockbox. His typical function oft secures objects of value. Having witnessed firsthand the horrors of destitution, Jesper found his mind equally reluctant to allow his hand to let go. If it is cursed, I die. If not today, then tomorrow. And if I die, what care have I? And with that statement said aloud to the horses seemingly, Jesper took up the reins with confidence. Part 2. Below the Black Bridge. Is the Black Bridge something we have? Miller awoke to some light nudging from a familiar foot. Only one person would have the cheek to awaken her in such ill-mannered fashion. Shaking the sleep from her eyes, she glared up at him in the darkness, but did not say a word. He nudged her again teasingly, then stepped back into the dim. After taking a moment for her eyes to adjust to the darkness of the cave, Miller remembered. She was on third watch today. Quietly collecting her things and wits, Miller returned as she left, waving to her young friend, who was more than likely already asleep. She crept through the cavern's main passage, careful not to wake the sleeping bandits around her. Like a hero in a book, she often mused. Quietly, she grabbed a bow from the haphazardly formed pile of weapons, shaking the accompanying quiver in the darkness to assess how many arrows it held. She then walked towards the sun-drenched mouth of the cavern, ready to start her shift. Above her, in one of the few trees found in the canyon, Miller could see that Ravia was already posted. She waved, and Ravia waved back. Calling out to each other was strictly forbidden. Anything louder than a gesture in the canyon was forbidden. When Miller reached the tree, Ravia lowered a braided rope and pointed to the ground behind her. Miller turned, following the finger, and saw a pail of water resting by a nearby log. She turned back to Ravia, nodded, and secured the pail to the rope. The pail went up first, and in turn, Miller followed. Ravia reached across to grab the water. Miller leaned back to give her her space. There was not much room for manoeuvring in this tree post, a necessary concession for the concealment of the outpost demanded. Ravia tilted the pail up to her mouth dramatically, illustrating how thirsty she had been. Miller laughed silently as water poured out, splashing onto Ravia's face. It was a bit too daring and noisy of a joke, but the others had been around. They would have certainly been scolded for the unwarranted sound, but Miller appreciated the efforts Ravia took to verbalize the silence of the morning. They had been on third watch together for over a month, and during that speechless time, their friendship had grown into something special. Affection was unsurprisingly scarce among the unholy hounds. She had felt camaraderie before, but intimacy never. From their elevated vantage, the girls could see both the concealed entrance of the cavern, as well as a clear view of the bridge that spanned across the canyon. Black Bridge was the link between the Gentry lands and the northern mountains, the overpass that connected Orris and Reddington. To the city-faring travellers of the realm, the bridge was an unavoidable crossing. In the day, the task was to ensure that travellers passed by without stopping. At night, the task was to ensure they do. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable. Hello?
Question. Sharing Prime, I need an email address. And you write it down and then I can pop it on.
I believe my... You can't have my... You can't have my notes. I believe my Amazon is...
Try and double check before I send it to the world.
I'm pretty sure it is. Let me just... Because that's where all my emails go. So I'm fairly certain. How do I check? I don't know, man. It's wild, isn't it, that you can't just see it?
Account in no?
No. My account. No, 62. Yes.
Cool.
Right, where was I? Sorry about that. Okay. Like most of her band, Miller preferred the night. The biting glare of the sun might be tolerable to farmhands and bricklayers, but to a cavern-housed bandit, yes, to a cavern-housed bandit, it was a source of constant annoyance. In the day, there was no shroud to conceal her expressions, nor to hide her thoughts. She felt exposed. Revia touched her elbow and pointed up. Miller, striving to suppress a budding smile, subtly shook her head in response. There were many signs that the unholy hounds used in lieu of words, but the two of them had developed an extended vocabulary. Gestures quietly forged in the shared solitude of their month among the branches. She watched as Ravia shifted, placing her palms flat on the floorboards beneath them. Miller knew what she was trying to say, but shook her head the second time. It was often more fun to pretend not to understand. Ravia rolled her eyes and turned away. Looking back to the canyon, squinting through the leaves, the two girls held still, watching and listening. It was not long until Miller heard the sounds of approach. Ravia held up two bent fingers, and a few moments later 2 men emerged from the bridge's southern end. They were dressed in a familiar uniform, long grey coats with black facings, white waistcoats, and black tricorn hats. Tricorn? I don't know what that word is. They belonged to the local patrol, the Blackguard. Although not an everyday occurrence, their presence at Blackbridge wasn't an unusual sight. It typically indicated important travellers' impending passage across the bridge, information that the girls would promptly relay to their leaders as soon as the coast was clear. But this report, while exciting, was rarely acted upon. In Miller's 5 years in the Unholy Hounds, she had never once seen a carriage taken in open daylight when the Blackguard was nearby. The men had nearly reached the bridge's north end when Miller heard the horses, faintly at first, but growing louder with each passing moment. Ravia's eyes met Miller's, the same concern mirrored in each other's expression. This did not sound like the typical carriage, cautiously approaching the bridge to cross. Instead of the familiar crunch of the high road's gravel, they heard the harsh clattering of hoofbeats against stone. Both girls quickly redirected their attention downwards, looking through the foliage. The sounds were not coming from the high road, but from the canyon itself. The horses were coming from below the bridge. In an instant, Miller had knocked an arrow and drawn her bow. Go. Ravia was gone before the whisper had even left Miller's mouth. The young scout was already sliding down the bank below, racing towards a cave. There was no road that ran below the canyon. There was no reason for numerous horses to be approaching their cave. There was only one reasonable conclusion, and both girls had reached it instantly. The base had been compromised. This was a Blackguard attack. The moment the horses came into view, Miller let loose her first arrow. She was surprised to see a carriage. She had expected cavalry. Before she even finished processing that thought, her second arrow was in the air. Without a trail, it would be unthinkable for a carriage to traverse such rough terrain, yet she watched as the wheels jolted over rocky riverbed. A third arrow was now in flight. There would be no need for a fourth. The driver slumped over just moments before the vehicle dipped into a small ditch, slamming into an embankment. The force of this sudden halt immediately shattered the 2 front wheels and catapulted the driver from his seat. Utterly confused now, Miller quickly glanced over her shoulder to see if any horses were also approaching from the rear. Down in the canyon, the entire horde of the Unholy Hounds came spilling forth from the earth, as if hell itself had suddenly sprung open. The group seemed more bewildered than Miller, half asleep and tripping over one another in a desperate attempt to engage an unseen enemy in combat. Miller could see Ravia among their number, the only one looking up at her. Her expression was chilling. There would be no need for a silent gesture to convey what they both now realized. They had made a mistake. The gang's chieftain, Geoffrey Heartslasher, led the others, cautiously approaching the crashed carriage like a suspicious fox would be near a baited trap. There were no words exchanged as the group crept forward in customary silence. A dozen or so paces in front of the wreckage lay the far-flung driver, an arrow protruding from his broken body, and beside him a blood-stained effigy carved from stone. Miller was inconsolable. Jesper had always been her favourite. He had always shadowed her in the night, clinging to the hems of her every move, the way a child tails behind an older sibling. Tender-hearted, she had always called him, though deep down she had known that wasn't quite true. His appearance of gentleness concealed a raw, resilient durability that emerged in the most perilous of situations. He had been a flower among the nettles of this cave, but he had still had thorns, honed by the grim past and 100 hands of misfortune. They buried him in the darkness, in the back of one of the larger cavern rooms. He was interred with a berry basket and a silk handkerchief that he had treasured. The mysterious effigy they had found beside him served as a distinguished gravestone, a marker that stood out as somewhat special among the rows of similar swords marking neighbouring plots. No one spoke, not even in whispers. There was nothing to say. Okay. Miller awoke the next day to a thunderous shaking and rattling of the earth, a far cry from the playful nudging of the previous day. She strained to adjust her eyes, but the choking sting of stirred-up dust caused her to flinch. Panic was also in the air. The sounds of scurried footsteps and clattering feet filled the space around her, but even in alarm, the silence was louder. What was it that sounded so strange? Miller closed her eyes tight and used her feet to guide her along the passage. The whispers around her were getting louder, and intense voices could be heard ahead. Louder speech than she had ever heard spoken in the canyon. The growing dread grew as Miller approached the mouth of the cave, her eyes now open wide despite the dust. Shouldn't it be day? Shouldn't it be day? Miller felt a hand in the darkness, pulling at her. It was Revia. The two embraced, and Miller did not need to see her to understand. Revia placed two bent fingers against Miller's cheek, and with that touch against her face, Miller felt the same sinking feeling from the previous day. Two bent fingers confirmed what Miller had suspected. The girls had forgotten to relay one critical piece of information to the others. An hour or so later, the screams began, blood-curdling cries of hopeless desperation. Captain Fodrick Lee of the Blackguard looked down from the ridge of the canyon to the collapsed entrance of the cave. Ah, he grinned. Now they speak. Okay. That was a hell of a book. I don't know what it means other than to teach me about the effigy. I'm assuming. I assume that that's what that is. I mean, I want the bookshop. And then I want to go and see if we can get some more coins. Got no keys. There are no keys. Right. I want to get... How many coins do I need for the other book? I need 50. So we need to go and find more coins. Does not help walking through there. Let's grab those. I'm all talked out. corridor there. A nook, get a couple of keys. I should have gone for the pantry, shouldn't I? Can we get a north? Interesting. Why? Right, this is still. Well, we've done that one. This has got to be. I still need to get that. So much stuff. We've done that. Still don't get this. Don't get it. How you wear it? To be fair, I've been on holiday for a week, so that worked out really well. How are you? Did the break help? The this is I'm kind of stressed. I'm not gonna lie, because I've got loads. Like, I don't know whether you. I can't really remember whereabouts, but I feel like I've just got loads of different threads, and I'm just pulling at bits of string. And there's no cohesion to what I'm doing. I'm just randomly doing stuff in the hope that something comes along. I've managed today to do, what have I done? I've had a new book from the bookshop. I've got one more left to go. Needed a break, absolutely. I've got the security footage from this. Yeah, I did that. The security footage. I also found the lost and found map. So I've done that. What else did I do? I drained the aquarium, but I can only figure out 3 of the thing. Still missing 1 or 2 saves. Oh no. I've got 7. I don't know about the 8th. I've never seen it. I've been plowing through I've been plowing through stuff. But like I say, I'm not doing anything. Like I've got no keys. I keep doing stuff in the hope. I'm just trying to farm coins at the minute because I want to get the other book from the bookshop. I don't like any of these options. That keeps me moving, so let's take that. Bunch of things that make no sense. Fair. I mean, this is the thing with this game, is there's so much to do, and there's so many little different, for God's sake, so many little different threads to kind of to follow, that nobody's playing it in the same order. Everybody's sort of at different points. And I've seen a few people that have got sort of See, I've like drained the aquarium and I've got things from in here, but I don't know what. I just don't know. With some of them, I figured 2 of them out. The other 3, no idea. I did get the throne room. That we did. Drained it, but the stuff, yeah. So I found in 2 of the rooms 2 X's, and then in the little, not the rooms, but saw the X on the grill. Tried digging. It does dig. Keep trying that. It does dig. It definitely does, because I've done that. I've dug there. You've got to go right in front of the grill and just keep looking around until the shovel icon comes up. It does happen. And then you get something from that takes you to the next thing. But then the other 3 rooms, I really don't know. Really don't know. I wonder if I have to have the aquarium drained. Potentially. That's why I've left mine drained, just in case. This is new. Hello. What is this? Hanging out here once again really reminds me of the good old days at the Mice Will Play. Where's the Mice Will Play? What does this mean? Just one second, I've just got to plug in see if I knew where things were. Just got to plug. Hi Loy. This is, I have upgraded, so I got an upgrade disc, and now I have a break room instead of so far behind more than I thought. You're not far behind. I mean, if you needed a break, you needed a break, but I think it just depends sometimes because there's no set way of doing things in this game. I think sometimes you kind of like, bits and pieces are all over the place, and there's no real, like I said, there's no real cohesion to it. It's just stuff everywhere. So let me just switch my devices over, because one is going to completely run out of battery on me, and I don't know where my charger is. It's somewhere. Just going to let that connect there. Awesome. Nice, nice, nice. Okay, so I don't know what this means. Should I take a photo of this? Oh, coffee? Okay. Interesting. Is there... Right. Oh, look, wait, what? Who are these people? Why do they have points? Rules for staff. Plus 1 point per consecutive dartboard solved during breaks. Each week point totals reset, and weekly leader gets an extended lunch. Holiday was really good actually. We'd booked a week away to surprise our sister. She was 40 last week, and we booked a week away. She didn't know we were going, and we all surprised her there. So it was really good. We got great weather, had a really good time. So it was really lovely. Yeah, but nobody's allowed any important birthdays for a while because it cost us all a lot of money. Okay, 9 plus 9 is 18. Half of 14 is 7. Half of 10 is 5. Okay. So yeah, we had a really good time. We didn't want to come home. In fairness, we could have just stopped there on the beach forever. I would really like to draw this new room so I can get another trophy. I need to, let's pet the dog. I need 2 more trophies so that I can unlock the blue tents. I Things need to happen. Do I get the what? What have I even got? Magnifying glass, shovel. Will this make anything? I mean, no matter how I look at it, I'm kind of blocked in. I don't like it. I don't like it. Okay, what do we get in the battery pack? Okay. Let's see what we've got. Shovel and compass. Dowsing rod. Okay. Shovel and battery pack. And broken lever gives me the jackhammer. Maybe I need the jackhammer. Do I have a bedroom? Wait there. Let me come out of this. I do have the bedroom. There's something in that room. I'm sure it's the bedroom. Maybe I'll make the jackhammer. Right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make the jackhammer. And we're going to go and see if my theory about the bedroom is right, or whether I'm just fully making stuff up in my head. Because there's definitely something in that aquarium that I'm meant to be looking at. Hello, doggo. Okay, let's run through. I need to go down and then up. Yes. Secret passage this way. There's something in here. I feel like I know it. So the depiction is all around here. But I couldn't see an X anywhere. Is there anything on the carpet? Maybe I'm just... I don't know. Maybe you meant to... I don't know. I don't know. But we have got some keys, so we can keep going up here. I don't want any of these things. I want more coins. Is what I want. Right, the gift shop gives me some more options at least. So that's good. Right, it has to be the closed exhibit because I can't, which is annoying because we do not have the key card. Oh, it really hates me today, doesn't it? Nanas. Great. Could have done with keys. I really don't like the boost on that. It's I think that's the end of the run. I do. I don't think there's anywhere I can go from there, which is annoying me because I've got the bookshop and just 10 more coins, and I could have got the last book, but there's nowhere for me to farm coins, and it wasn't giving me. I knew I should have gotten the treasure trove. I'm trying to buy the last book in the bookshop, so I bought all of the books in the bookshop apart from the history of Arindia. I've just read the stupid Blackbridge one that took me about 30 minutes to read, which, to be fair, did explain about the effigy that I found in the shrine. Still need Blackbridge, yeah. But other than that, Blackbridge is hard to get because unless you get a really good run with the right rooms, it's impossible. Bought the rest, yeah. Yeah. This is the thing, isn't it? It's like, You've got to get the right rooms. You've got to get into a space where you haven't spent any of your allowance. Figured, yeah. I mean, my allowance is up to 48 now, so eventually I'll have enough starting money, providing the chapel doesn't rob me. I have got the chapel money, but I don't want to spend it on a book, because I want to keep the chapel money, because I don't know how much these blue tents are going to cost out of the gift shop, and I'm kind of saving them for that, because if it's like hundreds, I need the money, and that's the only thing I can think that we're going to need to spend it on. I've got the throne room, mine's 30 something. I haven't cashed in the chapel yet. I've still got that. I am waiting on, because the gift shop money, the gift shop doesn't tell you how much these blue tents cost, and I'm going to assume, seeing as all of this was fairly expensive, that this is going to be expensive. Did yours way too early? Yeah. Well, I mean, to be fair, I probably would have done had you not told me not to. So that's all thanks to you, to be fair. But yeah, I think these blue tents are going to be fairly expensive, so I'm holding out now for this. But I just don't know. But I think that's the end of this run. I don't think there's anything more I can get done. I'm just having a look through my list of things to do. I've seen no more sigil stuff, no more sanctum keys. I'll tell you what I can do while I've got 56 steps is I can go and have a proper look at the trophies, because I think I need to decide which ones I'm going to try and get. I could also go and have a look in I can keep going down, I don't need to go across. Oh look, more steps. There's pizza here. I don't have a furnace. I'm not planning on getting a furnace. Okay, so I can wander about for a bit more and mess about doing stuff. So this isn't a problem. I'm stuck on a chair. Keep looking for places that have got those seats. Right, okay. This is what I was doing. I was looking at the trophies. So I need to just draft that last room, and I'll get the Explorer's Trophy. That puts me to 7. No, does it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've only got 5 trophies. I thought I'd got 6. Oh, this is worse. This is so much worse. Okay, so I need to get another 3 trophies. Okay, so the Explorer's Trophy, yes, that can be done. I just need to get a good set of RNG, and we've done that. So that would put me up to 6. I really thought I'd got 6. I'm so disappointed. So disappointed. I need to make 2 more contraptions in the workshop. Not out of the realms of possibility, I just don't know what they are. But that's... I don't know what the drafting sweepstakes is. We could go for the realm sigils. That would be 7. These, I think, you have to do. Darebird, I don't know how to do dares. Cursed, I'm imagining that is hard. The trophy of, oh, actually, we could use our we could use our wealth from the chapel to buy out the showroom, that would give me a trophy. So if we did Explorer's Trophy, Trophy of Sigils, I just don't know where I'm getting the rest of these sigils and sigil keys from. I've looked in where they're meant to be and I haven't seen them. And then we could go for the Trophy of Wealth. The other one we could go for is the Classroom, only the Classroom runs are really, really screwing me over every single time. So there's a few that we can go for that are logically clear and able to do, but they're just going to take some work. It's going to take some real graft, and I need to start figuring out, I need to start concentrating on trying to get some more of these sanctums done. I've got to find out how we find out where the sigils are, because I've got the sigil book and I know how to work it out. I just don't know enough about the individual places to figure it out, and without going through every combination of motes and lines and colours. I mean, I've got some of the colours written down. Without going through them all, it's hard. That's hard work. Let's go up through the dark room. On the off chance that we draft the lost and found randomly. Let's put some more coins in this chapel. Ready for... Watch this be locked. Oh, no. Okay. We're going 1, 2, or 3. Should we go straight down the middle? That is not the lost and found, but that is not the worst thing I could have seen either at this point. We've read all of the letters that we've got so far. Okay. That did officially end the run. Amazing. Okay, so I'm not calling it, like, to be fair, we did get a lot done. There's been things bought. We've done the aquarium kind of to a point where it's doing. We've figured out some more of the shrine blessings. We've got blessing of the general we've did. We also found blessing of the chef, which I did not like that one either. So I've got those. Yeah. I just wish I knew where to find. So what have I got left on my list? Schoolhouse, full schoolhouse run. I've put 2 more trophies, but I need 3 more trophies. 3 more trophies. Sanctum 3, the books from the bookshop. Sanctum 4, Drain Aquarium we have done, so I can cross that off my list. Although I don't know what any of it means, kind of. Sanctum 5, the Sanctum Key in the Vault, don't know about that. Sanctum Key in the Clock Tower, don't know about that. Sanctum Key behind the last door of 8, don't know about that. Can I break the wall in the safe house? I have never managed to make a stronger hammer so far. The crack on the wall in the chest area, I need to go and have a look at that. Anagrams on the books. I figured out that Luna renamed his realm and rune, but 10 decipher and draft the 6 is still a bit lost on me. Shrine blessings we're working through. Getting to 100 stars. I've got 80. I need to go back to room 46. I need to get a good run. Go back in room 46 because I think there's some clues to the throne room in there that I did not write down. So I need to go back in there. I don't know about whether it's the boudoir that I need to draft the laundry so I can dig in front of one of the machines. Maybe that will give me something to do in one of the other rooms. And then I've got a question mark against the boudoir or a set of those loungers, those seats, and a question mark against the bedroom because there's something in the bedroom that I'm meant to be doing that I don't know what I'm doing. But maybe digging in the laundry will point me in a direction for those. But who knows, because those are all the things that I'm currently working on that we still have left to do. So there's so much, so much. I'm not giving in yet. I'm not ready to give in yet. This can be done. So I'm going to, let me just check with Loy to see if she's going on today, and then we will raid out. I'm going to leave it there for today. It's been a couple of hours. It's been many hours. Are you going on, Kay? Right, okay. Right, I'm going to raid out to somebody random because Loy is not streaming today. She's over it. And then we're going to go and put some rice on. I'm going to go and have some curry, which I'm very excited about. We've got chicken curry on the go. And probably sit and watch other people play this game for a bit because basically this is life now. Right, okay, where's my raid button? Okay, let's go see who's around, who's on. Okay. Nobody we follow, so let's go and pick somebody random to go and hop into. See if we can make a new friend. Okay, we're going to go in here. We're just picking a random person off the list of people who are playing, and I will hopefully see you. Probably won't be tomorrow. I've got a lot of work on tomorrow. But Wednesday's looking good, so we'll be back Wednesday. We might even be back tomorrow night if I get home early enough and I don't feel like absolute trash because I've been at work all day in the heat. Okay, I'll see you then. Have a good evening, rest of your day. I will hopefully see you tomorrow. Bye.